Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, the only podcast in which we try things differently every single podcast. Today, I cheated on my barber. Damo, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. I'm doing good, man.
Yo, Dom, I'm about to lean towards this side the whole pod, man. Again.
We already know the deal.
B-Souls, how you doing today?
Doing good, doing great, man. Doing fantastic.
Listen, man, if you're new to this, you want to be true to this, make sure that join button, make sure that like button, make sure my head hurts. Make sure that make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend and things of that nature. Let's get into that ball. Got to get into our big three today, discussing them all NBA teams and the hypocrisy and why we really should not care about that award bracket, any awards anymore. Game one reactions, of course. I know B-Souls' is guy, Jason Tatum, didn't let him down. We know my guy, Luka, didn't let us down. It wasn't almost about Luka. But we know Damo's guy, Rudy, let him down. So got to get into that. And then I've been singing it on my timeline. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it on your timeline. I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. The hate for Caitlyn has got to stop. That's the big three for today. But before we get into that, hot take or hot ass? We tell you if the take is hot take or if the take is hot ass take. So we're going to start with the big Diesel. You know, we love talking to Big SHAQ. The big Hoffa,
Big D,
down with Draymond to talk about this.
SHAQ's Lakers against your Golden State Warriors. Any of my championship team, any of your championship team, who wins? And the bonus question, who guarding me? Please don't say Andrew. Okay.
I don't think any one player on our team could have guarded you. I do think there were defensive schemes that we could have thrown at you to affect you. One is not letting you get the ball. So we're going to guard you with a guy in front of you, a guy behind you.
They did that.
Yeah, I wasn't on the court, though.
All right, so what you going to do, stand behind me?
I'm standing in front. Ain't no ball getting to you.
What you mean the ball ain't getting to me?
I'm not 6 feet.
But you ain't 7 feet.
I got 7'3" wingspan.
And I got 9'4" wingspan.
Yeah, but you can't get the ball through me. Andrew Bogut's behind.
Stop
I'm in the front.
Stop it.
We're leaving somebody over there to shoot because you couldn't shoot.
But however, Bogut going to be in foul trouble. Now, who your backup center?
Me.
Draymond, stop. Draymond.
SHAQ, I don't think I could have guarded you. I'm not saying that. However, you would have had to bring your big out of that drop. Man, if you stay back there, I'm going to nail whoever guarding Steph. I'm going to nail whoever guarding Clay, and we're going to dot your eye every play.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen after that? I'm going to tell D-Fish, get up on him, let him drive, and I'm going to lay his little up.
Hey, then we got to fight.
All right, what you got to fight now?
And guess what? You getting thrown out the game and me getting thrown out the game. Who's that going to hurt worse? Your team. And y'all lose.
So I guess we're not going to fight then. Who guarding Kobe?
Clay.
Hey. Yo. That's where it started for me on my timeline. Whose side are we on? No, I'm done with the 90s personally, but Damo, whose side are we on in this one?
I'm not gonna lie. We done with the 90s. Like, I'm on Draymond's side. He broke it down very clear. We are going to play ball denial. We're gonna leave somebody open because we can live with it. If we're putting up 10 threes and y'all just gonna put up 6 at the most on a good day, on a good night, y'all shooting 6. Like, all right, let that nigga shoot. He's not used to shooting a lot anyway. That nigga shooting 30% on 2 threes. I promise you we living with that. What you gonna do, SHAQ? We gonna fight? And that was the trump card. Both of us get thrown out the game. Who does that hurt more? My team or your team? Your team. Yep, you lose. Trump card.
He's talking about the 2017 Warriors too, right? I think it matters. What I really want to see is just SHAQ in the pick and roll playing drop on Steph Curry. see how he does with that, bro. Man, wait, what you mean step up? Switch. So
I'm looking at real quick for Damo's 3-point conversation. This is the 2001 Lakers. They attempted 15.5 threes, and they made 5.5.
That is Steph Curry alone.
They were a league rank 11th in 3-point percentage or 3-point shots made. So I mean, Bezos, whose side are we on here?
Oh, Warriors and foe. 5. Kobe can get you one.
We're talking about now I want you to know we're talking about the 15 Warriors too. That's the Warriors he was.
Is that what we're talking about? I'm
looking at Bogut's the only team that
He was on the 16 one.
15 or 16. I mean, it's pre-KD regardless, but 15 or 16.
Yeah.
I assumed he said championship teams, so teams that won a championship.
So 16, 17.
No, 16, 17, Bogut wasn't there.
Yeah, Bogut wasn't there.
So it was
that was the Zaza year.
Yeah, that was 14, 15.
Yeah. Okay, either way, I'm taking the Warriors. I can't lie. I'm taking the Warriors.
14, 15, the Warriors shot 27 threes and made 11. I don't even really think this is a conversation. Shaq, the rest of the year team was terrible, gang. And before the people in the comments, you don't know how good Derek Fisher was. I do. I was there. I just showed it, proved it by the NBA Showtime. That was my era, King. And I'm going to let you know, Derek Fisher, Horace Grant, Rick Fox, Ron Harper, Brian Shaw, Robert Orr. Literally, nobody's worried about none of them dudes. Follow-up question. How do y'all think Klay would have fared with Kobe Bryant?
I don't think he's good enough to clamp him up, but
who is?
Yeah, no one really is. It's like the conversation about like I saw I know we're about to get into it, but like Ant was getting cooked by Luka and Kyrie. Like who the fuck isn't? You know what I'm saying? So
me.
It's a body. Clay's a body at Kobe, but that's all he is. You're not lamping him up.
I feel like he'll give Kobe a few tough shots that Kobe got to make, but outside of that, I mean, Kobe's relatively gonna be Kobe.
Yeah, my other thing is, and I'm looking at their minutes per game. I would also want to look up how many miles they used to average back then. Kobe and Shaq were playing 43 minutes a piece back then. I don't see them playing 43 minutes against the Warriors. This team didn't really have a bench for real. Kobe
and
the
Shaq, pace was slow as shit. That's probably why a lot of them played high minutes.
The pace was insane, 91-7. It was just a different game back then. I really don't see them, keeping up with the Warriors. Shaq playing fucking 43 minutes, chasing around whatever they got going on. Even Bogut is outrunning him down the court. Draymond did not talk about that, and I guess they would just forfeit that on the other end, like Bogut running down the court and stuff like that. But nah, gang, to me they're getting smacked. All right, on to the next thing. Hot take or hot ass? This is jumping Jehoshaphat Redick, Damo's future coach. It's not necessarily his words, but this is from Shams and somebody else, Hovain. The Lakers reportedly think JJ Redick has Pat Riley-like potential. Quote, league-wide, Redick, I think they spell Redick wrong too. I think it's more than one D. League-wide, Redick, a former player and media analyst, has garnered buzz for this position. The Lakers are infatuated with Redick's potential, according to league sources, viewing him as a Pat Riley-like coaching prospect who could both help the franchise in the short term and lead it for years.
I mean, like I said, I have less of a problem with JJ Redick being hired if it's a long-term decision, if it's a long-term play, and not just, hey, JJ Redick's the guy that can lead us to a championship with LeBron at the helm. I would still rather have a more proven coach in there regardless, like an assistant coach being put in there. There are a decent amount of options there, but yeah, I mean, Pat Riley potential is definitely high praise. I don't like that. He's the next Pat Riley. Like that's saying a lot. That's the setup. That's one of them setup ass quotes. And I wouldn't want to put that on. Oh my God, bro. Putting Pat Riley on expectations on JJ Redick when he's only coached middle school basketball is actually crazy, bro. What the fuck, bro? Nah, I was calm at first, but now that it's really sitting in, bro, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What?
Somebody would just have to explain to me why. Like, what do you see besides skin color? So I'm gonna say racist. Actually, that's a hot take, hot ass, or racist. This is actually an extremely racist sentiment from them. I've never heard
Red Auerbach.
I've never heard Darvin Ham have Pat Riley. But I've never heard a black coach have Pat Riley potential. So I just I just think that's that's just a little racist to me. I don't even know what that means. Like
the next Doc Rivers, like, all right.
Could he put a suit on well and slick back his hair? Yeah, but that's also very racist. So yeah, Dom, what is your team though?
Hey man, contrary to popular belief, I think it's a hot take. You never know until you know. You never know until you know, man. What if he does have Pat Riley potential? He capture lightning in the bottle twice. All right, I'm all for it, especially if this is long term. If this was a short term thing, I'm with Souls. This is horrible. Let him be the assistant. But if this is long term, if we know LeBron's getting his black ass out of there, I'm all for it. Hey, let's go. New era, new coach. Let's move forward, best foot forward, and see what we got. As long as he shows he's a good coach, I'm all for it. The moment he starts putting his hands in his pockets, we got a problem.
Y'all about to hire the bowl of head coaches, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy.
But the other, what's interesting as well, though? The other thing is Pat Riley wasn't a good X's and O coach. He literally ran all his players. They used to have to wear knee pads. Y'all think Tom Thibodeau is bad? They literally talk about Pat Riley because he used to run people in the ground. This isn't an answer either for 40-year-old LeBron and Anthony Davis.
They are genuinely talking from the aspect of, I guess, Pat Riley's route to becoming the coach of the Lakers. Everything you watch Winning Time, you see how
he wasn't a podcaster. Okay, he wasn't.
All right, the podcast has nothing to do with it. Stop it. He was a media guy. He was trying to color commentate. That's literally what JJ Redick does and did. JJ Redick's a media guy, former player. They said in the article. They literally listed why they said it. Not in the article, in like the little quote. Media guy, former player. I'm really trying to stretch this. I'm really trying.
That sounds like Steve Kerr, if anything.
You know what? I would have been cool if they would have been like, yo, this is Darvin Ham. He has Dwayne Casey potential. I'm like, all right, Dwayne Casey. All right.
Y'all in the gutter, bro. Oh my God.
That actually leads me to a next point, because I think this guy was a little bit spot on, and I think people are afraid to talk about it. This B Souls' guy, Brandon Simmons, had a conversation on his podcast about the Lakers. Actually, yeah. I know Dom was like, "What? A Bill Simmons sighting on here?"
The Lakers are fucking done. Put a fork in them. It's over. They're in the same conference as Minnesota, Dallas, OKC, and Wembanyama. Bye-bye. You guys are done. If you're not one of those four teams in the West, it's a wrap. They might as well hire Linda Rambis as the head coach. They're going to do nothing. Hire a fucking actor. Hire John Hamm. They should hire JJ Redick.
How about Jack Nicholson? He doesn't even leave his house anymore.
Hire Jack Nicholson's son. It's not going to fucking matter. They'll be lucky to be like a 7 seed. It's ridiculous. Oh, we'll see. Well, and then like, this is AD's team now. It's like, cool. AD, welcome to the play-in again, because that's where you're headed. The Lakers are fucking done.
When they get a video element.
Oh man,
Bill, go ahead. I want to shake that.
Ooh. As soon as the Celtics get it a little goddamn good, old fucks want to get cocky again. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that nigga's been waiting to shit on the Lakers for years. Nigga, oh my God. I really hope y'all don't win. Just to stick to the fact that you're talking about a team with the success rate of the last time they won was in 2008. And before that, it was the fucking 80s. I'm not trying to hear these niggas get cocky now and talk about what the Lakers is doing. At least we can win one a decade at this rate. Jesus. At least one. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Wait, did y'all win in the 90s?
Yeah.
No. No.
I meant since my lifetime, since like I've been
Okay.
in my era. In my era.
What you born in 97?
In my era of watching basketball. You know, like the first 5 years of a nigga life don't count for real.
No, that's not what you said.
Era. What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. When you talk about your era of basketball, where you start? Souls, you start from when you genuinely started watching. That's fine. Omar, what's your era of basketball?
Nah, it's cool.
What's our era?
What's your era, man?
Mine is NBA Showtime on
Yo, Rattler. Tree Rollins and the boys.
I claim to be when Mike hit the shot in Chicago or in Utah, so I don't know.
What?
Somebody said they won 99, 2000. No, crazy.
I swear to you, that's literally the end of the 90s. I could have sworn we won at the end of the 90s.
2000.
That's the beginning of the
End of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s. Regardless, we still won. I mean, since 2000, then fuck it. We won at least one a decade since the 2000s. How about that? Jesus. And then even then, you could just say we just didn't win in the 90s. We still won in the 80s. What the fuck did the Celtics do? Even before the 80s, they didn't do shit in the 70s.
We won a chip in the 70s.
Did y'all? No, y'all didn't.
Yes.
71.
73.
With Dave Cowens.
Damn, I just gave you the year too. Tough.
Damn, that's tough.
With Dave Cowens, right? Dave Cowens won MVP, right?
Yeah.
MVP? Yeah. Come on. I know my. Hey, I got the green on today, baby. I know my Celtics history. That's so gross. Bezos, you think that was a hot take or you think that was hot ass? I think it was.
The Pat Riley shit?
No. The Lakers are done.
Oh, I was about to say the Lakers are done. That's hot ass. They can still make some moves to be contenders. They can still make some moves. More hot ass than hot take. He's been a little too harsh, man. Being a little too harsh.
I'm going more hot takey. Y'all know how I feel about the way that they built that team. That shit is bobo. And they continue to try to do that when these other people are really building teams. They trying to go 80 style, selling fans on the idea that JJ Redick is Pat Riley, drafting people. He's the next Michael Cooper. Ooh, come on, gang. Stop. Stop. Y'all want to hold on to the glory days so bad in LA. Y'all got to stop, man. He's got potential.
But if we can draft the next Michael Cooper, that would be amazing for us.
Oh, AC Green.
That's what this team needs. Like,
you know what they're gonna have next? They're gonna have Byron Scott come out and endorse y'all next draft pick. I see a lot of me in him, and all y'all fans. All y'all fans is gonna be hyped the fuck up.
I mean, the virus said it.
No, a Laker legend. Okay, let's get into.
That was like Kobe saying, man, I saw a lot of me and Andrew Wiggins. Like, oh my God.
Fucking Eddie Jones come out of nowhere. I ain't gonna lie, man. really give me vibes. Like, all right, Eddie. God damn.
I can see it. Mind you, he's Eddie Jones Jr.
Y'all drive Bronny. See a lot of me in them.
It was LeBron James. Like, I see a lot of me in him.
But LeBron said it.
All right, let's get into the stat of the day.
Yeah, on the gutter, bro.
My head hurt. It's silly as fuck, man. Okay. Jason Frank says, by my count, the Mavericks shot 14 of 16, 88% in the paint without Rudy Gobert on the court. And 17 of 31 with Rudy Gobert on the floor last night. Damn, they fucking want to take it right to Rudy's head when he's on the court, huh? Oh, maybe he's just on the court a lot. Now, he gets a lot of shit. We know that the Mavericks won. We'll get into that just a little bit. But Gobert, team best plus 10 last night and continues to have the best plus minus in the playoffs overall, if you care about that. Plus 27 or 22.7. This postseason, Timberwolves have a 16.2 net rating with him on the court and a minus 6.5 with him off the court. I think we were all there for the Timberwolves game, right? We were there yesterday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, me, all three of us right here. So we saw what happened in the game where Dallas won 108 to 105. Luka Doncic with an impressive 33, 8, 6, 3 steals. Kyrie with an impressive 30, 4 assists, 5 boards. They both shot phenomenally, but I actually think they played worse than the stat sheet shows. A guy on the other side, though, the fake future of the NBA, only had 19 points. Anthony Edwards.
Not me.
19-8-11. What were y'all's observations? Because I'm about to go on the edge.
I think we underrated the Mavs, and not we, because I honestly had to make it to the finals. I did have the Mavs losing to the Timberwolves, but the idea that the Mavs were just gonna be a pushover in this series, nah, they're legit. They've been legit for a couple months now, and that team post trade deadline is completely different than the team we saw at the beginning of the season. Kyrie and Luka, fantastic duo. It does work. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. From Minnesota side, what I saw was the biggest question for them was how consistent can that offense be? I understand Jaden McDaniels has been on fire in these playoffs. I understand Cat has been really good in these playoffs, but Cat is still a guy that when he stinks it up, he stinks it up. And relying on Jaden McDaniels to be Klay Thompson out there, if that's the game plan, that's looking pretty scary. And Anthony Edwards is also liable to stinkers as well. Like, he's not uber consistent. He's been consistent in these playoffs, but games like last night, he is liable for here and there, and he's had 2 of them in back-to-back games. But I still got Minnesota coming out. Tough loss.
I thought you said the Mavs was going to the finals. How you got Minnesota coming out?
I said I got the Mavs going to the finals going into the playoffs. But going into the series, I got the Timberwolves winning.
Yo,
so I'm in a win-win situation, sir.
Yo.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I just did. Yeah, I'm hedging.
Yo. Okay, Damo, what were your observations?
That this series is going to go probably is just how I thought it would go. 7-game series in favor of the Timberwolves. It was a fail-out game for the Timberwolves. The Mavs went in there, stole the game as they should do. It was a competitive team. Kyrie Irving, Luka, as so said, I'll retweet that. They definitely work very well together. I was wrong about this team at the start of the season. That trade at the deadline really did fix a lot of the issues that I did see. So shout out to them. And shout out to the role players. Role players doing their job makes Luka and Kyrie job a lot easier. Shout out Derrick Jones. Shout out PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, who is showing just because niggas are playing on ass teams don't mean they're ass players. A lot of these teams are, in fact, ass. No one was thinking about PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford pre that trade for real, being pieces that can potentially be contending for a fucking championship. Like, no one had that for them. So the fact that the Mavs were able to do that, genuinely amazing.
Yeah, I will say that I want to retweet what Damo actually just said there. I'm out of the concept of overpaying for guys. There is somebody on an ass team that can contribute. There's good guys on every single team. They're in the wrong fit. They're in the wrong system. They're in the wrong environment or whatever, and you can get a lot out of them. When Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington got traded, as a Luka fan, I was like, yo, that's great. That's perfect. And I'm looking that I remember that because I came on the pod and I was like, this is the problem with all these other organizations, specifically the Hawks. Hawks sat on their hands, and I was like, these guys were available and these guys can make impact, and they surely did. Derrick Jones Jr. is looking great too, guarding Anthony Edwards, and the A and the B look unguardable. Luka and Kyrie look unguardable. They really don't have any answers. I actually would be very fearful to see Luka play well, because that would not fare well for a lot of these people. And I did want to point to this because I found this to be pretty hilarious. This is Kyrie Irving on Anthony Edwards' comments.
Sorry, my bad. Hey, Kyrie, you at home minding your business the other night.
Yeah, what about it?
You with your beautiful family just chilling, probably having a nice meal, and then the young fella says, I got Kyrie. So, and you said, excuse me?
Yeah.
And he said it again. He said, I got Kyrie.
Yeah.
That's the most aggressive you've been in a long time.
Yes, sir.
I know that had to irk you a little bit.
Use it as a motivation. When I was sitting at home and I saw it, I was like, it's just a nod of respect. And then also, I knew what type of game it was going to be for game one and also for the rest of the series. So you're right. I was at home with my family watching game 7.
You just minded your own business.
And then Ant comes out and says, I got Kyrie, but also that's a no fear mentality. And that's why we love Ant. So coming out tonight, I knew that he was going to pressure me a little bit. But I knew that they were coming off a Game 7, grueling game. So their legs were biting them a little bit tonight. So hopefully Game 2, they come back and, they settle a little bit more, but we'll be prepared.
Sorry, my.
Yeah. As great of a defensive team as they are, I don't think Minnesota has an answer for this. I hated the excuse that Anthony Edwards had at the end of the game.
I don't know. Tired?
Yeah. I want to play that. I wasn't very much a fan of comment.
And you talked yesterday or today about just adjusting to a different team. Dallas plays so differently. Do you think it just takes a game to kind of figure out a little bit different approach? And how do you figure you kind of bounce back from this one?
I don't know. I think we just came out flat today. I mean, and then we found our energy, then we went back to being flat. So I think it was just on us. Everything was on us today. I didn't get downhill as much. Yeah, just stuff like that. We was just a little tired probably.
And it took an insane amount of threes and no twos. I didn't like that response.
I mean, if they were tired, he might be just saying how it is.
I don't like the I'm tired. Sorry.
Why? Why don't you like it though?
Why are you letting people know that you're tired? Why are you? Mind you, you could say it's on us for other reasons, but I don't know. I be looking at everything as like a little weakness. Oh, okay. You tired? Oh, okay. If you decided to come out and admit that, you weak. That's just me. And I could be wrong. I could be reaching.
Didn't Ant say something last round about the Nuggets? And Draymond was like, "Yeah, they look like that's that little glimpse into their armor that Denver should take into Game 6." And then
tired. Cat is already soft. I don't see this going more than 5 games, to be honest with you.
Oh wow. Yeah. What'd you have it going into the series?
I probably had it going 6-7, but I really thought Jaden McDaniels could have did a better job on Luka, or would have did a better job on Luka.
6-7 in Dallas's favor?
Yeah.
Okay.
But a 3-point win in the fashion they had it changed your mind to 4-5?
I don't necessarily think that Luka played the best. I don't think that Luka played the best that he could. Now, I'll say this. I'm factoring in, quote unquote, 2 cold nights from either star or 2 cold nights from both. If they're both cold, if the shots aren't hitting, that's the game that they lose. But I think even in the case that only one of them is cold and the other one is hitting, I think that they still can pull it out. That 3-point loss. I just don't see Minnesota's offense getting like insanely better than what it was last night.
I actually disagree. I think Cat going 6-20 is not going to be the normal. That was a really big part as to why they suck. And maybe in hindsight, putting trust in Karl Anthony Towns is going to bite me in the ass, but I don't think he's 6-20 bad. And I don't think Ant is 6-19 bad.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think Ant is 6-19 bad. I think Ant will play better. Karl Anthony Towns going 6 for 20, shooting that many threes and stuff. Yeah, I see that happening for majority of the series. I think what's his name is going to play better though. I do think Ant is going to play better. Hey, we'll see.
We'll see.
We shall.
That's the best part of the playoffs. We will see. It's prove it time now. So
I will say this though: is that not the real face of the league right there? The numbers on Luka Doncic, and we'll probably get into them a little bit later on, but the stats on him are just insane. His first few years in the NBA, rookie first team, rookie of the year, and then all NBA first team every single year afterwards. Why is he not more seriously in the conversation for face of the league than what he is?
I think he is seriously in the conversation. Anybody that holds him back would just say because he's a foreigner. But anybody that removes that barrier, that bias of, I don't believe a foreign guy can be the face of the NBA, everyone will believe that Luka is in line to be after you say a Jokic or a Giannis, Embiid, Luka is in the conversation. Like, he genuinely is.
Do you think the face in the league conversation isn't even like something the NBA decides? It's just like what the people decide type shit. I feel like it's one of those things, and I feel like honestly, so far, the people have chosen Ant to be more of a face of the league than Luka.
I don't think it's the people decide thing. I think it's whatever's generating money and views for the NBA and whatever is deemed must-see TV. I don't think it's people just saying, "Oh nah, Ant's the face of the league." Okay, buy Ant shoes. Show out for Ant. Shit like that. When that starts happening, the NBA will push you like you're that player. But the league waits for revenue. The league didn't start pushing Steph until Steph forced them to. LeBron was put in that. Oh damn, Reese is down. Bron was put into that limelight before he was in the league. But anybody who naturally gets it, you got to earn it before the league gives it to you for real.
I just feel like it was always there. Hawks are going to regret that. Last thing, quickly on that series, only because this news came out and only because we're seeing how good Kyrie has been playing. This is from Evan. All indications are Jalen Brunson is ready to sign a 4-year, $156 million extension with the Knicks this offseason. In total, it will become 5-year, $181 million restructured deal for Brunson, a potentially massive steal for New York instead of him waiting until 2025 for more money, because apparently, with the new NBC stuff, and we haven't talked about that, but there's going to be some more money. They have Kyrie now. Is this a big mistake? How do y'all feel about this? I've cited this as like the Mavericks. I don't know too much Mavericks history, but this seems like the biggest mistake in my lifetime that the Mavs have pulled off.
Letting go of Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
If they win the championship this year, it's not a mistake.
It doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Same thing with Lakers trading for AD. It doesn't really matter if the last 4 years have panned out the way that it has. Doesn't matter what Brandon Ingram becomes. They wanted to build a championship team around LeBron James. Pair him up with AD. They got that shit done. No regrets. And if the Mavs get it done with Kyrie, no regrets.
Even if it means the future is compromised?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do. That's what a lot of teams do. You compromise the future for the now, and if you're doing that and it works out for the now, then you did your job. So
especially, yeah. I would say to add on to that, especially when your guy is a Luka, and now if Luka decides to leave next year and the year after, maybe I'm more on your side on more. But as long as Luka's staying there the entire time too in the future, like Luka is your future. That's your franchise guy. And if anyone would know that, Mavericks would know that for having Dirk for so long, because they weren't the most teams. They weren't successful team wise. They were able to build what they've built and be a successful brand because they had a fucking all-time player on their team. So they have that in Luka. You let a guy like Brunson go. Now, I do agree it was a mistake, but the biggest mistake, nah. And I don't think they regret it. I would say it's kudos to New York, but
I'll say Mark Cuban has noted that he regrets it. But I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. I'm not going to act like I don't. Only thing I will point out, Kyrie 32. In 5 years, he'll be 37. Jalen Brunson is 27. In 5 years, he'll be, I don't even know how old I'll be. We have like a similar birthday. But just seeing that, people need a mate. Luka needs a backcourt mate. And over the next 5 years, I probably would be more inclined to say that Jalen Brunson will age better than Kyrie Irving. But I can dig where y'all are coming from.
You don't think Kyrie fits better because he's better off ball than Jalen Brunson?
I don't know. I can't say. I seen one series. I mean, we've seen the Western Conference Finals run, and they both played together very, very well. Now the offense was a little bit different back then, but I don't think that he wouldn't have been able to work off ball.
I just don't think Jalen Brunson develops into the player that he is right now if he was in Dallas. I think a big part of why, and I understand in Dallas he would have got the ball a lot, but to this degree, no, it still would have been Luka-centric.
What he averaged that Western Conference Finals run, Jalen Brunson back in whatever year. What year did the Warriors beat y'all, Bezos?
Oh wow, 22.
In 22, Kyrie is averaging right now, and I know everything isn't 1-to-1, but I think it wouldn't be too far off.
I feel it. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't have worked out with JB, I just don't think they made a mistake with how things are working out with Kyrie. That's all.
Fair enough. Kyrie is still a smarter player than. Oh my!
Is that a midget?
We might have to get back to Q&A because niggas is just saying shit now.
Little person, souls.
Little person. My bad.
And I'm the brand.
Yeah. All right, so we had a thrilling game one of the Pacers versus Celtics series. This is the Souls team winning the overtime, 128-133. Good even distribution from the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton with 25-10, Miles Turner 23 and 10. But we had big Jay Shine Tatum 36-12, 4, 3 steals. Drew Holiday, surprise sighting Drew Holiday, 28, 8, 7. Jaylen Brown came along, 26, 5, 7. First, before we get into it, what's the word on Porzingis?
He's coming back game 4. That's the aim.
Okay.
But if the series goes the way it's supposed to, they'll probably not play him game 4. So, but that's the aim.
Okay. After what we saw from the first game, what are our big takeaways out of this series? Because I know B Souls was saying that this is kind of compy over there.
It's compy over there, man. Damo, you can go first. I went first last time.
I mean, wait, what was the question? My fault. I was watching the game.
After watching the first game, what are our thoughts on that?
I thought that's what you said. Yeah, I still got Pacers in 7. Not gonna lie to you. Everything I've seen in game 1, even as we're watching game 2, everything I'm seeing, the Pacers. This is the Pacers type of series. They can win any given night against this team. Of course, the defense is a thing to worry about, but as long as they can create moments on defense and keep this pace going, they're going to be fine. Outside of all the reasons I have to be biased against the Celtics, just removing bias aside, I just don't trust a team full of 2s and 3s. As Luke Cornett turns the ball over. Yeah, that's really good, though. Pacers are 7.
2s and 3s, like.
As in, there's no number. From a player standpoint, I've been very adamant about this. Tatum isn't a 1. Jaylen Brown isn't a 1. Derek White isn't a 1. Like, none of these guys are 1s. You got a bunch of 2s and 3s. Porzingis, not a 1. He's a 2. He's a 3. Al Horford, never been a 1. Always been a 2-3. Really, 4. But, hey, a team full of that, I guess. Hey, if you want to try to be the Pistons of the 2020s, cool, gang. I guess.
I want to because I want to play a clip and then show you a tweet, because a lot of people, although y'all won, are just crediting the hell out of the Celtics.
Oh, I know.
This loss is totally on me. With 10 seconds in regulation, we should have just taken the timeout, advanced the ball, and found a way to get it in and made a free throw or 2 and ended the game. But it didn't happen, and we made some other mistakes. But our guys just need to concentrate on fighting the way they fought in this game from start to finish, and we'll be back Thursday.
Okay. And then our friend of the show, family of the show, TSO_Sajay says, better yet, we can make shit simple right now. Do you feel Tatum was clutch tonight? Or do you think this was more of a Celtics win or a Pacers loss? They're trying to say that your team really didn't show anything. It's more so on the Pacers who fumbled the game.
Oh, yeah. I don't give a fuck what anyone says at this point, to be honest with you. I have accepted that you will either not respect this championship run until we actually win it, or you will not respect this run at all. And at that point, it's fuck y'all. It is what it is, dog. I'm living with the consequences. I'm living with it. It is what it is. I don't necessarily know what y'all want from this team from a winning standpoint. Do y'all want blowouts? Do y'all want close games? Even in those close games, when we blow them out in the fourth quarter, it's they should have been close for that long. When it's close the whole time, it's should have been close at all. And it's a blowout. There's no comp. It is what it is, dog. I've accepted the fact that I just don't like the Celtics. And I've honestly accepted that fact for a very long time now, and I'm just seeing everything fold out the way that it is. So,
did you see anything that you were impressed from last night or the other night?
From the Celtics,
yeah.
Honestly, it was just a clutch time play. Throughout these playoffs, the one thing I've really wanted to see from the Celtics is a close game and how they execute down the stretch, both from an offensive and defensive standpoint. That was my biggest question for them in the regular season, and for them to pull out a clutch win. I don't give a fuck who went off, who didn't, but as a team as a whole, the players at the right time made the plays that they needed to. That's all I needed to see. And if anything, it made me more confident in them. Hot take. Yeah. Made me more confident in them.
My gosh.
So, yeah.
I feel it. I think the Pacers are shocking people. I do want to see them kind of stick it to them. No cap.
The Pacers?
Yeah. I don't, being a Hawks fan, quote unquote, I hate the fluky run concept. We worked our asses off. We're better comp than you thought we were. We're an actual team. And I think they gave a lot of people, because I was watching the timeline that night, a lot of people got a little reality check, like, oh shit, this Pacers team is actually a serious team. They're not a bad team like we thought they were. They weren't just some jokesters. So,
Yeah, the way they're executing, they made it here this far for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think that y'all are what was I going to say? I still think y'all are winning. I still think y'all will win the series, but I want them to put up a good one so people can just say, damn, they really proved us wrong. Wrong type shit.
Nobody wants to see the fact that their play style works at all, no matter what it is. Like in the middle of the season when they were doing everything they were doing, lost in the play-in. See, real basketball play happens. You slow them down, it's a wrap. But the fact that they're still able to play fast throughout series, go through a 7-game series, go through these runs, no matter what you think of their comp, their offense is working. And as everyone can say they have bad defense, whatever it is, the fact that they're able to outrun everybody, race niggas to 200 points, no one thought that would work, and it's working. It's pissing so many people off.
Also, Reese is just a different player, too. Like, the reason why they slipped in the second half was because Reese looked injured. He looked hurt. Everyone was calling him an all-star fraud. And now, in these playoffs so far, he's playing closer to pre-in-season tournament Reese. So, hey, I was making all my jokes. Y'all think it's actually jokes, but I'm seeing them and how they play. This is a legit team. I don't know. But it's all just going to be, the Celtics just playing down to the competition when, hey, maybe the Pacers are playing up to the competition, but they don't want to hear that, though. It's cool.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll see how that plays out, especially the injuries that are going on. I don't know what's going on in this playoffs, but the theme has been bloody kneecaps.
Yeah. Kneecaps and calves, like, jeez.
I don't know. Maybe too many miles on these players. I don't know, but the bloody kneecaps is crazy.
Diving for the balls, man. Fight. It's fight out here. Diving for loose balls, hitting the floor, when you score and everything. Man, real basketball.
He does hit the floor, but Luka will just go out there, jog on the court, and his knees will start bleeding, and everybody just thinks that's okay. I don't know.
Embiid too.
Yeah. Now Embiid.
Again, you're talking about two players. You're not mentioning in between these jogs down between each possession. Every offensive possession, he's hitting the ground because he's trying to get a foul call. He is falling knee first. Embiid falling knee first on the layup somehow. Don't know how that's just possible.
I really want an update on Joel Embiid. I'm so serious.
I have my conspiracy theory about Joel Embiid. Have y'all heard my conspiracy theory about Joel Embiid? About Joel Embiid?
No, I have not.
I said the reason why Joel Embiid foul baits so much is because he's so hurt that he needs to get to the line to slow down the pace of the game because he can't go back and forth like for real. That's my theory.
Not too mad at it. I don't know. Him developing Bell's palsy was kind of weird. All right, let's get into the all rookie, all NBA, all defensive teams. I'm gonna start with Gilbert Arenas, Damo's guy, giving his hot take or hot ass of the week. because that's what we love. Damn, I used to be snappier with this. All right, I have too many tabs open.
This is dumb.
Let it be known, Gil.
The easiest job on defense is to sit back there and just wait for the guard to get there to block the shot. Yeah. Right? Picking somebody up full court, trying to keep them from there. Like the guard has more responsibility defensively. So the guard has to pick up full court. If there's doing some trapping, they got to do some switching, right? So they're doing a lot of heavy lifting on the defensive end, and the big man is back there blocking and securing the rebound, right? So the fact that you got 5 big men as all first team, y'all are lazy now. Think about the best players in the NBA. When we bring it down, when it comes to just ranking them, if we say, all right, Jokic, Embiid, right? 1, 2, and then what we can throw in Giannis 3, right? From there, then it goes guards before you get to Anthony Davis. So that means, the Shays, the Lucas, the Kyries, whoever got to guard LeBron, whoever got to guard Tatum, Booker, KD, Curry. Like, think about all the people that got to guard these people, right? You just got to be great on 3 people that whole season, right? So if you're on the East or you're on the East or the West, you're only playing one of those big men a few times. So you're not being challenged all year round like somebody like a Caruso, Holiday. They're being challenged.
He's specifically referring to the All NBA defensive team having this many big men. It's lazy for voters to just put them on the first team like that. We'll start off with thoughts.
That nigga's a clown. He's wrong. If you look at that list of 4 bigs, because Herb Jones is a perimeter defender, he's not a fucking big. If you look at that list of 4 bigs, only one of them fits the description of the type of big that defends the way he was complaining about, and that was Gobert. The other 3 are some of the most versatile, diverse, best defenders there are for big men. And they're not just standing in the rim. They are switching off on these perimeter guys that you have to try to stop, these threes, dynamic, bigger twos, whatever it is. They are switching out there to stop these possessions. They are not just camping at the rim. They're roaming. They're moving. They're stopping. Legit, I'm watching Wemby stop fast breaks 3-on-1. And it's 2 guards he's stopping. He's not stopping a 3-on-1 all bigs break. Like, no, he's stopping guards. He's making guys second guess their shots. He's affecting jumpers at a rate that a lot of bigs never do. Same thing can be said for a guy like AD in the half court with his defense switching off on guys, making it tough. We've seen it in the playoffs on Jamal Murray. A reason why Jamal Murray had such a tough playoff against us. Like, I mean, it picked up in the end, but I mean, he picked his shots whenever, but he was inefficient because of the defense Anthony Davis was able to give. That's disingenuous to just label everybody like they're, I can't even say Kenyon Martin, because Kenyon Martin wasn't a typical defensive big man. He was like a modern era big in terms of defense, like these guys. I mean, it's just a nigga hating. He's hating. He was a point guard that didn't even play defense, and he sees what the league is now, and he just needs something to hate on.
Yeah, the responsibility of bigs now are so different compared to the 90s. Like, I think the 90s, your main responsibility is obviously be a rim protector and play one-on-one defense against great offensive bigs, because that was the era of Patrick Ewing, Hakeem, David Robinson, Shaquille O'Neal. But now, that the lack of versatility argument is crazy when, again, the reason why we revere Bam and AD and Vic and all, even Gobert to a certain extent, the way that we do is because of how versatile they are. They can protect the rim at an elite rate, and then they can also guard perimeter players. I will say this, though, I guess to agree with Gil, I do think perimeter defense is becoming a little bit underrated, if anything. Because I'm looking at these 4 teams in the conference finals right now. They are being led by wings and guards. And at the end of the day, whose matchup are those? It's the perimeter point of attack defenders. So for none of those guys to get the credit to be first team all defense, I understand like the who would you get rid of question, and I would probably agree with the list. I still agree with the list, but I just think overall perimeter defense is being a little bit underrated at this point. But also, It's just a lot of the great bigs in the league, a lot of the great tall guys in the leagues aren't present in the playoffs right now, so we're not really seeing their impact as well. So.
I actually agree to an extent with what Gil is saying, and it's kind of what B Souls was saying. I think for a long time the wing, the perimeter position has been disrespected defensively. You know, some of the great defenders of all time on the perimeter don't have any sort of defensive recognition. They're usually the last ones to get you know, picked in these defensive conversations, and it is becoming increasingly more important. I understand, you know, the center has that note that you know, hey, he's the biggest, tallest guy. The shots are at the rim. He can defend them easier. Da 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 da. But the way that we disrespect it, you know, is kind of egregious. I do want to ask y'all a question though. Who's the best defender all time NBA history? Let's just get a name out there that we can try to get to consensus.
Hakeem or Bill Russell for me. Probably Hakeem.
Hakeem, Bill Russell, or Wilt.
Okay, Hakeem, Bill Russell, Wilt. We'll say Hakeem. We'll just say Hakeem. Would you rather have a Hakeem level, you're building a team, a Hakeem level interior defender or a Hakeem level perimeter defender? And by level, I mean like, okay, I think this is the greatest defender of all time on the perimeter or on the interior.
So on the perimeter, what would a name that you would associate with that? Scottie Pippen type shit?
It would be you, but I don't want you to associate it with a name. I just, a Hakeem level being, this is the best defender in NBA history, perimeter version. Let's put it like that.
Interior.
Why interior in today's game?
In today's game, well, to me, the greatest defensive center of all time wouldn't just be guarding the interior. It would also be able to switch onto guards, onto forwards, and defend that way. So they're affecting the game not only from the inside and the outside. It's just to ask a guard to defend the inside at a high level is just extremely hard to do. And I do think defending the paint is just much more important than defending the perimeter. So.
Damo, retweet.
And I mean, essentially retweet, but I would just say even in a era like we're seeing today of people relying on perimeter shots and playing the perimeter more, we're still seeing a lot of games come down to the wire, and the priority is eliminate anything at the basket, keep away from the basket. We're still seeing, no matter what kind of offensive boom we're in, the teams that are still here because of the fact that, yes, they do have guys that can light you up from the perimeter or whatever it is, but they have guys that are getting to the rim and finishing. They have guys that are able to finish at a very, very high level on damn near all sides at this point. So I just feel like if I'm building my defense, if I can get a guy that's going to prevent any and everything at the rim, and you're relegated to being at the perimeter, I'd rather deal with that versus, okay, I got a guy or a group of guys that are making this perimeter like Alcatraz. So, hey, we'll lock you up out there. You got to come play inside. All right. Well, I hope I don't got Jokic to fit in the rim because it's going to bag at that point.
I would just think that if we'll just say Tony Allen just to make it easier. If Tony Allen is guarding whoever the best perimeter player is on your team, point of attack, all that stuff, he still has to go score on Tony Allen. I understand we could have Jokic back there, but at the end of the day, Tony Allen is still the one making your life miserable trying to get to the rim. But no, I mean, I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. Just trying to get people's thought processes on it. I want to go into the actual votes. And see if people have any issues with some of the names that were on or not on some of these lists. This is all rookie team. First team, Chet Vick, Brandon Miller, Jaime Jaquez, B-Pods. Second team, Derek Lively, Amin Thompson, Keontae George, Cason Wallace, Gigi Jackson. I think y'all talked about this when I wasn't here. Okay, cool. Other people receiving votes. Trace Jackson Davis, Asor Thompson, Scoot, Bilal, all the rookies of the sort. I want to add, and that Marcus Sasser one, boy, should have got more minutes. I want to ask y'all, out of this, for the first and second team, the ones that placed, who are some guys that we think will continue building on what they've already built on, and then ones that are just going to drop off the face of the earth? They won't be back here. My answer would be B-Pods.
Damn.
For the ones that it's going to drop off. B-Pods is not going to be here next year or any other year following that. And then Case and Wallace, depending on what happens in OKC.
There's a hate in that segment. Oh my God.
It is. But I'm just
I feel it.
I'm keeping it 100. Not saying it's going to be an overplay. I think Case and Wallace, though, is just not going to, you're not going to be here. That's fine.
My picks would have been B-Pods and Keontae George. Depending on Keontae George is really depending on what Utah is doing moving forward. And I just feel like it's a log jam of talent and guys that are doing similar things or need to do similar things on that team. And he's just going to be a victim of that. I don't think it's going to be he sucks. It's just your opportunity's going to get spoiled because, hey, you had Colin Sexton here. There's a chance they draft another fucking guard. It really is. They drafted this guard to also play here. We signed this guy. Hey, John Collins and Lloyd Marketing are fighting over the ball. And, oh, yeah, we do got Jordan Clarkson. Where's Keontae George fitting in and all this?
Yeah, I don't want to retweet. It's probably B-Pods, man. I feel like I'm hating on B-Pods now, but I don't know. I just feel like his future is going to depend heavily on how the Warriors move from here on out. And then also, like, if he does get traded, like, where does he go? What the hierarchy is there. So, yeah, it's probably going to be B-Pod.
The same thing that you said about Keontae, Damo, is how I feel about Kaysen. I wonder what they do with Josh Giddey next year to maybe free up some space or whatever the case may be. But I just don't see a world in which he gets, like, a lot of minutes on this Thunder team. So, and I understand he might maximize what he gets sparingly, fair enough, but yeah. I think that, and I might just be reaching for everybody else here, everybody on the first team and second team, we probably predict to have a pretty bright future. There's some ready-made guys on this list. They should fit in nicely. For this side, the other players receiving votes, who do y'all think has the most upside based off of what we've seen so far?
Oh, Scooty Patootie. He was blind. He couldn't play. He definitely has the highest upside.
I wouldn't go there. I would say Trace Jackson, Asor, Cam Whitmore, and probably I want to say Anthony Black, but I'm not 100% positive on it. But I do want to throw one of the Portland guys on there. So probably Kamara, just because his defense. That shit might keep him in the league for like 13, 14 years. Type of defender that he is. But those would be the guys with the highest upside, in my opinion.
Why not Scoot? I thought you was cool with Scoot now.
I said I'm cool on Scoot. I'm not cool with Scoot. I'm cool on Scoot. I'm not out here throwing the pom-poms for him. Yeah, I'll ceasefire with the hate because that's fucked up to pick on a blind nigga. Who picks on the table? I don't do that. But to act like that nigga still was a hooper, like he couldn't see what goggles on, kind of crazy. Like he still looked like not the guy he was.
How much help does he need, right?
Not even how much help does he need. It's just niggas was questioning why Charlotte took Brandon Miller for this nigga. No, I'm not. If you do a redraft, you can genuinely say Scoot might not go in the lottery, and to say that, I'm off this nigga. Not gonna hold you.
No, I don't know about that.
That's crazy. I thought it was a consensus 1 and 2.
Okay. Let me not say that because it's been too long for him. But I was gonna say, let me ask, how you feel about Chris Dunn?
Oh, I never believed in him.
And that's crazy. I never believed in Scoot. But I'm just saying, I'm seeing Chris Dunn. Like Chris Dunn was took. I want to say he was the first guard in the draft took. People had high expectations of Chris Dunn. He didn't get close to those expectations. Now, nigga, I ain't never believed in Chris Dunn. So, Scoot ain't close to the expectations right now. If he ain't close to
they said Chris Dunn was Providence Chris Paul, bro. God.
Did you forget the conversations we were hearing about a certain Scoot Henderson?
Let me say this. Here we go. And I knew he was going to take it.
Generational?
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word.
I'm going to say. Yeah, Chauncey Billups. I don't know what Portland is doing. This is the problem. And I'm just, it's just becoming more and more prevalent as players talk and more prevalent as time goes on. I have lost all faith in Scoot, not necessarily because of Scoot himself. I just don't think that they know what they're doing in Portland at all. And I don't see a clear path to get them to know what they're doing, if that makes sense. Like,
all right, once they get Cooper Flag, you're going to see the path.
To be honest with you, I don't think I still will. I don't think. No, it's Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons, still have Brogdon at that. Like, I just don't know. Like, it's a terribly ran organization. And we watched a little bit of them, as much as we could stomach. 29th in offense.
As much as we could stomach.
That was bad hoops. Was that not?
It was.
Was it, Damo, bad hoops?
Pretty bad.
Hey, man. I found the perfection and the imperfectness of their hoops. I found enjoyment. Shout out Reef. Watching my guy Reef play. Kamara play some defense. I enjoyed myself time to time.
Delano Banton. My guy Delano cooking up there, man.
They are a team that had 20 plus players on their roster this season. Like, that was just bad hoops. So if he ends up staying in Portland for an extended period of time, I'm definitely off. He'll pick up all the bad habits and it'll be what it is. It really will be what it is. I wanted to go on to all defensive team. Actually, isn't necessarily all that important. I want to go to all NBA team because this is where it gets interesting with the way that some of these guys voted. And this is why I'm just totally out on, these awards.
Is that Bradley Martin?
So we got the all NBA first team here. Probably as expected. Second team as well. Third team. It's not necessarily about where people placed because I don't think. Well, let me just ask: does anybody see any problems with how things shook out?
I know the contention is who does that fifth place on the first team goes to? Because even as a Tatum fan, I will say that the clear ones are SGA, Jokic, Doncic, and Giannis. But that fifth spot, you can really debate between him, JB, AE, KD, Kawhi, and AD, and honestly LeBron too. Like, to be honest with you, but yeah, that first place vote to Tatum, that's probably the biggest point of contention. If you have Jalen Brunson in there, I don't got a problem with it. You got Anthony Davis in there, I don't got a problem with it. I think Tatum got it because of the 64 wins, best player on the best team thing. So I ain't complaining, but that is fucked.
I don't have any contention. I think this is three good lists. I think everybody's genuinely where they should be. I'm not looking at this list and saying, nah, man, this guy got to be higher. Like, everything makes sense for why everyone's where they're at, especially that first team. I mean, Tatum made it there because he led the Celtics were technically a historic team this year. They were classified amongst one of the better teams we've seen in terms of a regular season. They do. They've had one of those type of years. Why would he not be, as the best player on that team, convincingly, at least from a statistical point, why would he not be a first-team All-NBA player this year? That's insane.
I think the only conversation, like
cheering. My bad.
The only conversation would have been about, the Jalen Brunson spot. But ultimately, that's not what I think a lot of us care about. It's the individualistic votes from some of these people on this list that have a lot of people worried. And this is what I was talking about when people should actually have to explain themselves when they do votes like this. Ignacio Garcia officially voted for Sabonis as first team All-NBA, first team All-Defense, third in Defensive Player of the Year, and fourth in MVP voting.
And I asked someone earlier, who is this guy? Where does he work? Niggas telling me, ESPN Telemundo. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how does he get a vote? How does he get a vote? These awards don't matter because who is this guy? What is his qualifications to vote on these things? And the fact that he went out here and voted Sabonis for these things lets you know he don't deserve no damn vote.
He gotta be like his godfather. Like,
it's actually finna get worse.
That's Papa Ignacio, dog.
These are his averages. Averaged 20, 14, 8, led the league in triple doubles, led the league in double doubles, led league in rebounding, played all 82 games. I have no problem with Ignacio's votes.
Oh, they gotta take his vote away. I can't lie. If you see someone having really bad votes, and my hot take does have to do something with the voting. You can take that shit away. You can give that to someone. Also, if someone is on national TV saying the most egregious takes and everyone consistently hates them, yeah, you can take away his votes, gang. Like, there's a lot of other people you can give it to. Like, deadass, give a vote to Kenny.
Richard Jefferson gave SGA a second place Defensive Player of the Year vote. Did y'all see that as well?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make that clear. Probably the most egregious one of all of them, but just because it lacks consistency.
Oh, I thought that was Ignacio. Damn.
No, this isn't Ignacio. This is Tolis Kotsias, a writer from Greece, was the one voter who left Jalen Brunson entirely off his All-NBA ballot. Totally off of it. Hold on, though. He did not vote Jalen Brunson for All-NBA, but he did vote Jalen Brunson fourth for MVP, right? What? Jalen Brunson was fourth MVP. Jalen Brunson third most improved, but Jalen Brunson was not All-NBA. And Kostius was one of only 3 voters with Josh Hart All-Defense second team. Kostius is drawing ire from several fan bases, notably the Mavs, for not voting Luka first team All-NBA as well.
Yeah, we gotta remove the Scooby-Doo villain mask.
Where he vote for Giannis?
Michael Rappaport.
Will he vote for Giannis though? What do you give Giannis?
Man, I don't.
MVP first team.
MVP first team. Now, if that's
rookie
the case,
of the year, he rookie of the year too, Damo.
Most improved.
6 man.
Raymond Tisdale Award.
And coach of the year. Yeah.
He got the Wyman on him. No way.
Tisdale Award. I'm gonna try to find his we want to see. Let me see MVP. Can we see voter ballots for MVP? Damn, they got this shit laid out, don't they? All right, let me see if I can find his name. Yeah, I mean, this is a bad person. He should literally not have it. What was his name? What was Buddy's name that we were just talking about?
Fucking Ivan Drago. I'm sorry, no, it wasn't. It was.
That was crazy. Let me see if I could do Control F.
Papa type shit.
Yo, what are y'all doing? Okay, I found
That's
it.
a Greek last name.
I found it. You can't say that. All right, so this is the ballot. I know it's crazy blurry. I think that one is first place. Of course, this is him. Giannis is first.
Of course it is.
Giannis is first. Jokic is second. AE is third. Jalen Brunson is fourth. SGA is third. I want to go to his all NBA team. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, we can find that. Because I'm trying to figure out who he had if he didn't have Luka on his first team all NBA, right? They should be able to launch investigations based off of this. Am I tripping? Am I not tripping?
I just want to know the process that they go through. All right, you get a vote. You know what I'm saying? Because these aren't like, they've given votes to like recent media members. Like Kendrick Perkins is a pretty recent media guy that got one. So how do they give these out?
Apply. You apply on the NBA website somewhere. They just don't tell everybody where. You just go apply for a chance to get one. I assume so.
Okay, so he's of course got
apply on Indeed.
He's of course got Giannis on here. How do I scroll? Of course, he has Giannis. He has Jokic. He has LeBron James. He has SGA, and he has Anthony Edwards. And then Jalen Brunson is coming in on his second team.
Who got Jalen Brunson as the MVP? I seen that.
The first team? I mean, for
Yeah.
the MVP? Let's see.
It was Perk? I think I just saw it.
Is that no? This is the MVP one. This is the MVP one.
Okay.
First place votes. It was. Oh damn! Somebody on the second page. I don't see it. I don't think you got it.
Oh, whatever you were just showing, I saw Jalen Brunson in the very first row. So I don't.
Oh, that was all NBA. That was all NBA games.
Yeah.
Okay.
NBA.
Yeah, I think we should.
Rappaport.
I think we should get away from this. I think we should just get away from valuing the voting, valuing the criteria, especially if this Grease dude can just do what he wants to do and not have any explanation at all. No consistency. I think you're so good that you should have an MVP vote. You're most improved. You are all defensive, clutch player of the year, but you're definitely not first team All NBA. Like,
or second or third. Damn,
Yeah,
not
he-
just first. You're not either. You're none of them.
I ain't gonna lie. Play the hot take music. I got my hot take, man. Let me release it now. Man. Listen, man. Hot take of the week. These NBA voters aren't that bad. I'm sorry. It is a hot take, and I know that's gonna anger people. But the reason why I say that is because me and Sage recently recorded a video. Essentially, the premise is fixing the last 10 NBA awards. So we went through the voting of every single award for the last 10 years and saw, like, okay, were we cool with who won it, who didn't? Let's look at the voting. And what we saw, and I think what I'm seeing this year as well, is you can nitpick certain things. You know what I'm saying? There's some voters who truly do not deserve the vote, like we just saw with the two examples that we brought up. But for the most part, they get it right. If you disagree with who actually holds the trophy, that's fine. That's always going to be debatable. But I do think what's important with these votes is just at the very least getting the names right as to who are in these conversations. And I do think consistently these media members have done that. Sure, there are going to be bad apples, absolutely. But if you were to get a group of guys, if you were to pick a pool of people to vote on these awards, I would still take what the media members vote is, as opposed to making it pure fan voting or pure player voting, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
Why would you be opposed to pure player voting?
I just feel like players, some of the media members are former players, so there technically already is like players that are voting, but I do think players have friends in the league. There's a conflict of interest there, and also I feel like players don't they don't have the time to watch all of the games from all of the different teams. Like if it was just based off of current players, these players are focused on the next game. They're focused on their own team. They're focused on so and so. At least media members, as flawed as they are, they still have at least, their job is to at the very least lock in on one team, the team as a whole. And if not that, they're looking at the league-wide landscape way more objectively than, I don't know, let's say TJ McConnell. So there's still favoritism in the media, but less favoritism, in my opinion.
Than in the league.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I probably don't even think you would actually get too many different responses if the league voted. Like if the league voted, I think that the first team All NBA would shake out the way that it did. Secondly, I think everything probably would have shaken out. Maybe Depoy will go a little bit differently. But I think it actually still will shake out. The only thing that I would have to say is, without a shadow of a doubt, every player would have to see, quote unquote, every other player. There is so much doubt in my mind that these sports writers and analysts or whatever are seeing all these people.
Yeah.
It's too much doubt. Stephen A. don't watch this shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I'm telling you, that problem that you have is worse with players. And with fans, there's just too much favorites. Way too much favoritism.
fans
If it was
are
just
dead.
pure
I can
fans.
agree with fans. Yeah. I can agree.
Yeah, I can
Fans,
agree.
fans would be a bad one. I just don't agree about the player one. I think at this point, at least, especially with how easy it is to access these players and then be able to get their opinions real quick and shit like that, I'd rather the players have input. Honestly, like I would much rather, in my opinion, I would much rather listen to Draymond explain to me why he about to hate on Rudy Gobert because he has to see Rudy Gobert versus Christos Papanikolaou hating on Jalen Brunson and Jalen Brunson don't speak Greek. So I don't like there's nothing there. Like I would much rather the players honestly do these votings and things like that. At least for the major awards. If you want to let the media vote for the Wyman Twyman Award, I'm for that. Let them vote for the Twyman, the
Wayman
teammate of the year. Yeah, like let them vote for that. They can vote for that shit. But MVP, shit that affects niggas getting into the Hall of Fame, shit that's affecting niggas' money. Like this is how players are getting paid and getting bigger extensions and deals and things like that. Leave it up to the players, because at least if people are being biased and people are lying or people are just wrong, you got to deal with the repercussions of that. Kendrick Perkins can turn his phone off. He don't got to deal with being wrong about voting for some shit. He's still getting paid by ESPN.
I don't even think y'all disagree with this, but like, I just think we hold way too much value on like who actually wins these awards. Because when we were doing that video, like we were looking at the voting for Defensive Player of the Year, and like for a 5-6 year stretch, we saw consistent names. It was like 5-6 year stretch. Bam, Rudy, AD. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday was in there. Giannis was in there, and we were just like, damn. Like for the hate that these voters get, I think for us fans, at least we get to consistently see, because the voting is public. Like, yo, who are these elite defenders every single year? And that's what I've been saying is like, I think what I value more is James Harden being a runner-up MVP for like 5-6 years in a row than just James Harden winning one MVP in 6 years. Like that being a second place MVP voter guy for 5-6 years is way more impressive than, I don't know, respect to them, just, I don't know, like Dirk getting one in 2007, but being like top 7, top 8 for the rest of the decade, which I don't even think that's true, but that's just an example.
I can say that I agree, but that's why I'm on that time now of just, hey, let's demolish the awards. Let's demolish the awards. It was easy for people to digest, but now that we have weaponized them in the conversation of who's better and who's not, you're absolutely right, B-Souls. The one-off award should not dictate if this player is better than this player. It is. I would rather take the player who ends up with no MVPs, but is second place in MVP voting for 10 straight years, than the player who is, and this is on surface, than the player who ends up with one MVP, but isn't even in the conversation, the race for the next 8-9 years or whatever the case may be.
Can I ask, do we know is it a thing where if a player finishes as a finalist for the MVP or finishes top 5, is that like an incentive thing in their contract, or do they have to win the award? Because I know what a lot of these guys, the reason that we're having a 65 game thing is they need to be able to make first, second, or third, first or second All NBA. But is there a thing where if you finish as a top 5 finalist for the MVP, top 5 finalist for Depoy, is that an incentive thing? Because if not, then that'll be another. I will say, if so, cool. But if not, that would be another reason why I am super pro letting the players dictate this, because it's fucking with niggas' money. And B-Souls, I understand you would rather have a guy, because in the conversation, we're looking at it from the conversation basis. I understand you find it more valuable as to be a guy who's been runner-up 5 years versus winning once in 6 years. But from the player's perspective, if they're not getting any more money for finishing top 5, but they are getting more money for winning that one, they will much rather take that one.
But this is what this year though, if you qualify for the 65 game rule, who really got fucked over though? It would be my next question. I don't think anyone really got fucked over.
Well, that's why I didn't contest with any of the teams and shit like that. That's why I said the first, second, third team, I'm not mad at any of it. I'm not mad at any of the placements. I think everybody made it that deserved to make it. I wasn't mad at that.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I said, when it comes to those, that's fine. But the individual awards, that I do have a problem with that. And
yeah, from my understanding, it's just the all-star appearances and the All-NBA. Those are the two biggest factors. I'm not too sure about the actual votes though, if they actually matter in money.
I know for a fact winning that shit matters because that's why Rudy's getting paid how he's getting paid now.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure somebody it does for somebody. It's just not. I don't have all the contracts in front of me. Damo.
I got you. Listen, man. This is my hot take, and I know a lot of people won't agree with this at all, or they just won't care. Friend of the show, Mikey Williams. Listen, our friend Mikey. Listen. Mikey Williams previews new music. It's the caption. Let's listen to the song first before we go any further.
Better chill out for I heard it. Them niggas scared and go to church and get a word. Don't play with them, that shit ain't safe for me. That shit ain't safe for me. Try and catch a case for me. Police had raided niggas, creasing my artillery. I got a gang on me, I make sure everybody eat. Came out the mud, I took some millions, bitch, I play for keeps. Came from my mood, that's why I came in through the back room.
Now,
Lily sounds like Lil Baby. What the fuck?
Hey, he can sound like Baby Little for all I care. Listen, a lot of people are upset. Man, just stick to hooping. Just play ball. Like, what are we rapping for? You had it. You're making money playing basketball. Do that. I think y'all forget Mikey Williams has been a freshman since Bronny was in 8th grade. He has been in high school that long. I don't think Mikey Williams has played a lick of non-high school basketball in 8 years. I genuinely think y'all forget the fact that I think the hoop dream is done for him. I mean, basketball can only take you so far, and I feel like he has maximized where basketball can take him individually. Y'all know how tall Mikey is now? Nope, because it don't matter.
Oh my god!
Y'all know what Mikey shot from the three his final year in high school? Y'all know what he shot? No. Trick question. I think he was in prep school last year. We don't know. Basketball's dead for him. He don't need to hoop. Pick the mic up. Get in the booth. Expand your horizons. Actually pivot. I applaud the pivot from Mikey Williams, man. So yeah, a lot of people was hating, saying stick the hoop, this, that, and the third. He see how y'all doing, Bronny. He seen how y'all did him after he beat his case. Why not just rap? He like John Morant too much. He's literally what y'all are afraid for John Morant to be, and now he gets to live it. He gets to live that role because he's not that good to be John Morant.
Yeah, put the camera on, turn on OBS, do something, man. It's cool, bro. There's a lot of money to be made here too. So,
that's terrible, gang. That's awful. He had a beautiful career. He had a beautiful young woman, and he squandered it all away by picking up the sticks, man. By picking up the sticks, trying to sell that rock. And now he just looks like a crash out to me, honestly. But hey, yeah.
He looked like that nigga that peaked in high school, bro.
Because he did. He peaked in high school.
He really did. He was the nigga that peaked in high school.
I mean, it's gonna be somebody. That was him that year. Jello was the guy his year. You know, had to be somebody. Kyrie Walker was the guy his year.
I saw him on TikTok the other day, man.
Somebody got a beat, man.
He's trying to make another comeback.
Kyrie in his little dark couch in a dark room making his little pledge, or is he pleading his case? Hey, man, I done did things that people didn't. Kyrie, come on, gang.
I know for a fact I cook you.
Like, all right, that's cool.
You probably would. But
that's fine. You were 6'8" in the 8th grade, and you made that dumbass decision to go to that dumbass school. And
was it injuries with him or something else?
He went to some prep school. Damn, he's from Atlanta. Fuck. He went to some prep school. His like the year that COVID happened. I can't even remember what this shit is called. Actually, oh, man, I don't even know this. Hillcrest Prep Academy or whatever it was. He made his decision. This is when people were, I'm not gonna go to college. I'm gonna go do this, that, and the third. He was gonna go there, train up, and do whatever. COVID happens. That place folds. And then from there, I guess he just got blackballed. I think I've heard him say, or other people say, he just got blackballed from any schools or whatever the case may be. Try to do a G League thing. Now he's in Canada.
Well, link up with the Creator League, man. There's no league for you. It's just the Creator League. Fuck it.
These niggas is dumb, man. I'm dead ass going, calling my connect, and I'm getting me a cool little camera, and I'm just pulling up and busting niggas' ass. I'm the new professor. Like, I don't get it. It's that simple. It
really is that simple, bro.
Like, if you're hoop,
you could be next Frigga, dude.
Oh like, damn, Frigga look happy as hell. I ain't never seen a D3 basketball player look and use the game of basketball to fund a profession and fund his life. That is the end goal. Use basketball to become a millionaire. Now, not become a millionaire, but use basketball to be able to be your profession. That's the base goal as a kid. Now, if you so set on saving the Atlanta Hawks, I'm just saying that because I found out he's from Atlanta. That's tough, man. You gotta roll with the punches. Save Atlanta from TJ's position. I don't know.
Let me just
or start a podcast. Fucking.
Fact.
No, Lonzo did his shit this week and it was awful.
You hating.
Nigga podcasting, he should be rehabbing. WNBA Twitter, WNBA community is the worst community to ever be in. Sorry. I don't want to be one of them people. This is why it's not succeeding. It's the most miserable place to get into. I've been getting into it more these past couple of weeks. I do want to say I'm not the happiest with my seats. That sounds greedy, but I'm enjoying the time being there. I went into it, though, thinking we were going to talk ball. It's time to talk ball. My God, we've talked about race, sexuality. We've talked about everything, but the goddamn basketball. I could have stayed over on the NBA side. Like, come on, man.
Motherfuckers brought up p-values and brought up fucking marketing shit. Motherfuckers became marketing majors overnight, man. Yeah.
Majors, all this stuff. I'm in here trying to get into some of the spaces, having real conversation. Yeah, I think Cameron Brink is the actual like rookie of the year. What she's doing defensively is generational. She's got people turning their backs to her on the drive.
It's only because she's pretty.
She's a straight white woman. Wow. What about the black players? I love Ryan Howard. I don't know. And then what only makes it worse is the fact that they get on these podcasts and put so much fuel to the damn fire, and not even necessarily in a bad way, but just because it's being interpreted that way. This is LeBron James and JJ Redick talking about Miss Clark.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin,
camera good, man.
Reason a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. I hope they do great. I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulders.
So, didn't seem like a crazy message. And actually, I didn't listen to that full thing in the original. But people hated that message. I muted him. I muted him because he was just such a dick sucker. Chris Williamson on Twitter, that's the guy who's sports broadcaster, podcaster, or whatever on CBS. Has Bron ever stuck his neck out for his little sis Asia Wilson publicly like he did for CC? Genuine question. Now, I didn't think he was really sticking his neck out for her like that, but then somebody came with some proof.
Oh, one last thing. I got one more thing to say. I want to say congratulations to my sister Asia Wilson on winning the WNBA Best Player ESPY. And y'all make sure y'all get out and support those beautiful women.
Oh, one last thing too.
God
Damn.
bless y'all. Love y'all.
What the fuck that Illuminati ass crown shit?
Stop it, Bron. Stop it, Bron. Read the room, gang.
An IG post. He was also mad earlier this year when she didn't have a signature shoe. But this is Chris Williams' response to that. I wouldn't characterize this as sticking his neck out for her because I've seen him shout her out before and show love. We may see things differently. Come on, bro. I am tired. I'm tired. That shit is annoying.
It's a sign of growth, man. Toxic conversations, new conversations. It's a sign of growth.
You gotta be the change you want to see, man. Instead of seeking out these places and spaces, curate the community you want to see, especially in a very, very booming business, which is the W right now. It's getting new eyes anyway, and I'm pretty sure if you see this, a lot of other casuals that are getting into it is seeing this. I'm pretty sure they want to go somewhere to be like, yeah, I finally got, these women can really ball. I'm pretty sure those conversations are wanting to be had. They just ain't got nowhere to have them.
Sounds like an opportunity to educate to me.
Facts, Mr. O.
You know?
Man, that is corny. Okay.
I do agree. Retweet. This shit is corny.
This shit is majorly corny. And then Charles Barkley had a clip too that people were upset about. Now I don't know what Charles said, so let me not. I don't want to get behind Charles on anything because he's old. So
You women out there, oh,
thank
now,
God.
in my mind, I swear to God, before you play it, in my head, because when you said that, I was gonna make a joke like, "Oh well, the women out there." I swear to God, in my mind, I don't know what he said. He's probably so the women, y'all need to. I knew he was going somewhere with it.
Oh,
Ernie. Ernie. Let me tell you something. These women out there.
Oh, stop. Look at his eyes. Guys. Okay, let me put.
You women out there, oh, petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world. Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table. But y'all
Look at Ernie. Look at Ernie. Look at Ernie. Look at Ernie and Kitty. Look at everybody else's reaction.
Chat, is this P?
being petty like dudes. LeBron, you are 100% right. Y'all girls,
Y'all
stop
see Ernie's
being
laughing?
petty. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Well, they're gonna hate you even more now.
The Chuck Blink?
They're gonna hate you though.
Hey, they can hate on me, but they better. But that mailman better be in my damn house the 1st and the 15th for another year. For another year.
Let us continue.
Ernie.
But and it's shit like that. It's just hey, shit like now. There's no way to misinterpret that. I do need to say, if they mad at Chuck, I give them that one. That's crazy.
Delivery does matter, and that was crazy delivery.
That genuinely adds to the fire. You girls, y'all stop. Y'all stop right now.
Would have been worse if you said females. Y'all females? Whoa, females. We call females.
That nigga got on TV and start wagging his finger. You women, y'all need to. You women out there.
Hey, bro, I figured out this year, man. If you're great, it truly doesn't matter how you become great. You can shut up and just mind your own business. You can trash talk. You can talk when you're down. You can talk when you up, bro. Motherfuckers will find a way to hate. It's honestly impressive to me at this point, man. That's that new Gen Dick suck we've been talking about.
Let me read this Jamel Hill tweet real quick to wrap this segment up. She wrote an article in the LA Times, but this is her clarifying what she said. Glad The View addressed my comments in the LA Times about Caitlin Clark's massive popularity. I love Whoopi, but I think she misrepresented my comments. I said Caitlin Clark being straight, white, and from Iowa played a role in her popularity. It's a factor, not the factor. Just like more black people started watching golf because of Tiger Woods. Same thing with tennis and Serena Williams. And I was speaking to her popularity, not her success. She didn't become the NCAA all-time leading scorer because she's white. She accomplished that because she's good. Look, I get it. I think race plays a lot in all these factors, et cetera, et cetera. True. Man, let's just talk about the basketball, though. Like, at some point, we cannot sit here every single week, every time Caitlin plays and Angel plays, every time that Rakia plays and Nika plays or whoever else, every time these people play, and all the conversations are about this. I've sat in spaces in the past week, and truly the conversations have just been consumed with this stuff. I mean, damn, who's a good basketball player? I'm trying to learn who a good basketball player is. Learning that Kalia Copper, my bad, is a good basketball player, not because I've been in these spaces, because I had to find out on my fucking self. Like, this shit is nasty, bruh. I'm tired of it. Let's stop. Let's just stop. Kalia Copper. Let's stop.
I agree.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's gonna do it for us. Bobby B, say goodbye to the P.
Peace out, y'all. Appreciate y'all for popping out. Season 5, man. There's a Taliban in town, and the Patriots got to come in to put the fire out. So yeah.
Okay. Damo.
All right, Chaz, be on my favorite next segment. We will be back Monday with another pod. Listen, man, keep your heads up, stay positive, stay peaceful, and be prosperous. I don't even think that's the word. I just made that up, I think.